Okay, so how do we install Python in Windows? Well, first of all, we're going to look up Python on the internet and we are going to start installing it from there. And we are also going to explain what are integrated development environments and how do we use them and what options do we have. Now, the ones we're going to look at are IDLE and PyCharm. And we're going to use, mostly going to use IDLE probably. I'm most comfortable using IDLE. I don't need the additional functionality of PyCharm. However, PyCharm offers a lot of benefit to it, especially with the user experience. And you probably want to use PyCharm, actually. So what we'll do is we'll type in IDLE Python, and we will go to, let's see, download Python right here, python.org, and then download Python 3.11. And as that installs, we are going to open the file, install now, say yes. So we're just going to install Python traditionally. So we're going to accept the changes that Python wants to make, and that is going to take just a little bit of time. While we're letting that happen, we can start looking at PyCharm. And we can go to download PyCharm, and we can download the free version right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the PyCharm and IDLE links into the resources of the video, so it's very easy for you if you prefer to find it that way as opposed to looking it up. Okay, PyCharm is good to go, so now we'll open that file as well. Okay, PyCharm is starting to install, and Python itself is finishing up a little bit. So just click next, 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 all the way through, and just start letting both of those install. There's not a lot we have to do to actually get going with this stuff. So the Python setup was successful, and we still have PyCharm going. And if you see this, just go ahead and close it. Accept any of the changes. Oh, we're actually already going, so here we go. We got this going. Now that Python is installed, you can search Python in here. And you'll notice you have IDLE. So you can go ahead and click that. Alright, awesome. So this is what IDLE looks like. This is our integrated development environment. So this is where we can start typing with Python and how we can start working with it. So you'll notice right away that it has this little sign right here, this like operator sign. That means you can type there. So you can actually start issuing commands in Python right there. That's a real-time shell. How do we use this? You can click File, New File, and you can type anything you want here, and then you can save your file, right? And then press Run, and you can press Run Module, and that's going to output whatever our program's intention is right into the real-time shell, so we'll get a response. And so that's how IDLE works, and it's quite simple, and you'll see us using it very frequently, so it'll become very easy to pick up on. So let's go ahead and run PyCharm as well. It's finished installing, and we'll click on Finish. So now we don't need these web resources anymore, so we can just close those. And yeah, we'll confirm the usage of this. We don't need to send anonymous statistics. So this is our separate integrated development environment. And the really cool thing about PyCharm is PyCharm actually points out the errors in your code as you're typing. So if we do new project and see it wants you to save the location of this, so it would go to users, Alex, and then PyCharm projects. We'll just go ahead and click create. So it's loading up, and as soon as that finishes, we can immediately get started with that. Okay, so it looks like it finished installing. So this is what PyCharm looks like when you have it installed. It has a sample Python script for you to look at where it talks a little bit about some stuff. But this is more or less what it looks like. You type in here, and then you can press play, and as soon as you press this green button, it's going to say, "Hi PyCharm, So that is an example of not only our first program, but also two options you have in this process for learning. So if you like how PyCharm looks, you have that option of using that. And you can get this in Linux too, and that's going to be in the next video. But if you like the traditional idle, where it could be print hello world, press run module, okay, and we'll save that as a random name, and it's going to say hello world in the shell. So this is how idle looks, and this is how PyCharm looks. So go on ahead and make whatever choice you want as to whatever your preference will be for learning the fundamentals. And in the next video, we are going to discuss how do you go about using Python in Linux.